Feminine discipline. How feminine women stay consistent without burnout. There's something beautiful about a woman who is soft yet structured, who holds herself with grace, not because she's trying to impress, but because she's made a quiet decision to never abandon herself again. Hey ladies, welcome back to For Every Woman EXO, where your femininity is honored and your softness is safe. If you're on the journey of becoming the woman you're meant to be, subscribe to this channel and don't forget to share with a woman you love. Today, we're talking about feminine discipline, not in the cold or punishing sense we often associate with the word discipline, but in a soft, nourishing, self-honoring way. A softer, intuitive, emotionally intelligent way to stay consistent, without burning out, abandoning yourself, or falling into self-criticism. A way to show up for yourself consistently, from a place of love, not force. It's about redefining what it means to be devoted to your own becoming. So if you've ever struggled with starting things and not finishing, constantly falling off track, or feeling guilty every time you rest, this is for you. Let's dive in. What is feminine discipline? First, let's redefine what discipline actually means. When many of us hear discipline, we think of routines, rigidity, military-style control. We picture early alarms, green smoothies, intense workouts, to-do lists. And while structure is important, that kind of discipline isn't always sustainable for every woman. Our nervous systems crave softness, safety, and fluidity. We go through emotional, hormonal, and energetic shifts every week of the month, and may fall short following a rigid model. By burning out, feeling discouraged, falling off track and feeling guilty or ashamed. Some may call it lack of discipline, but a better term will be lack of alignment. This rigid model asks us to deny our needs. That feminine energy thrives when it's heard, honored, and held. Feminine discipline is different. It is showing up consistently, not perfectly. Creating habits from a place of self-respect, not self-punishment. Letting go of guilt and building rhythm. Embracing seasons, where some days you bloom and others, you simply rest and breathe. Imagine this. Instead of forcing yourself out of bed at 5 a.m. to go on a 10-kilometer run you hate, you listen to your body, rise slowly, and stretch in silence. You journal. You prepare for your day with care, not chaos. You hold space for your goals and your feelings at the same time. That is feminine discipline. You have to be in tune with yourself. It honors your natural cycles, your intuition, and your capacity. It is consistent, but it is kind. Why we need this new approach? Many women are burning out, not because they're lazy, but because they've been trying to operate in a masculine-coded system of achievement. We've been told that discipline means grinding until it hurts, shaming ourselves when we slip, and performing productivity to feel worthy. But here's what no one tells you. Discipline without softness turns into punishment. But discipline with grace becomes devotion. Feminine discipline is rooted in devotion. Not in a romantic way, but in a sacred way. Devotion to your peace. Devotion to your purpose. Devotion to your inner glow, your energy, your emotional well-being, your dreams, and your becoming. Let's break this down. You need feminine discipline when you've started 100 things and finished none. You feel inspired but scattered. You sabotage yourself when you get close to breakthroughs. You're always on, but never grounded. You struggle to rest without guilt. This kind of discipline doesn't demand perfection. It requires presence. It's about choosing yourself again and again, in ways that feel safe, grounded, and aligned. This kind of discipline is what makes you trust yourself again. When you keep small promises to yourself, not out of fear, but out of affection, you start to rebuild that inner safety. You become your own soft place to land. Practical pillars of feminine discipline. Let's talk how. Here are 5 pillars of feminine discipline to bring this into your everyday life. 1. Ritual over routine. Routines can feel rigid. Rituals feel sacred. Turn the things you have to do into moments you get to experience. Instead of morning routine, try morning ritual. Play soft music. Pray. Speak affirmations. Don't just do the thing, feel into it. 2. Rhythmic structure. Your cycle matters. Your energy changes week to week. Feminine discipline honors that and plans with your rhythms, not against them. Maybe week 1 of your cycle is for action and goal setting. Week 3 is for slower mornings and journaling. Track yourself. Build patterns, work with yourself. 3. Emotional check-ins. Discipline isn't just about habits. It's emotional. Ask yourself each morning, how do I feel today? What does my body need? What one thing would make me feel proud to complete? This makes your to-do list compassionate, not overwhelming. 4. Nourishment-based motivation. Motivation doesn't last, but nourishment does. Why are you doing what you're doing? To feel beautiful, safe, free. Anchor into that deeper desire, the one behind your goals. Let that guide your consistency. 5. Romanticize progress. Track your growth in a loving way. Use a soft journal, not just a task app. Create beauty around your progress. Celebrate small wins, a walk completed, a boundary set, a night of good sleep. Feminine discipline isn't harsh, it is sacred. Real life examples. Here's what this can look like in real life. Instead of skipping lunch while working, you prep a pretty plate, sit down and eat slowly, like you matter. Instead of punishing yourself for a lazy day, you lean into softness, run a bath, and return tomorrow, recharge. You set screen time limits, not to be rigid, but to protect your focus and your mind. Showing up for journaling, prayer, or meditation. Consistently, not because you have to, but because it's a way of checking in with yourself. You don't abandon your inner world to chase the outer one. In all of this, consistency flows, because it's built from a place of emotional safety. You trust yourself. You choose yourself. And when that happens, you don't have to force discipline anymore. It becomes your default. Feminine discipline isn't perfect. It's graceful. It's gentle and intentional. It's boundaries and beauty. How feminine discipline transforms your glow, energy, and relationships. Here's what starts to shift. Your glow. You look rested, present, magnetic. Not because of makeup, but because you're rooted, grounded, aligned. You don't look like you're constantly chasing something, and that makes people wonder what you know that they don't. Your energy. You stop leaking energy into things that don't matter. You no longer overextend, overplease, or overcommit. You protect your peace and prioritize your priorities. Your relationships. You become more selective and less reactive. You no longer chase or prove. Your standards rise, not from arrogance but from clarity. People feel the shift in you. They treat you differently, not because you demand it, but because your self-respect speaks volumes. Feminine discipline changes everything, not overnight, but over time, with love, intention, and care. So ladies, what would your life look like if you loved yourself enough to show up? Again and again, softly, with care. What would change if discipline didn't mean shame, but devotion? You deserve to feel safe inside your own structure. You deserve to build a life that is both beautiful and consistent. That's what feminine discipline helps with. When you choose it, you don't just become consistent, it becomes a love language to yourself. You become unshakable. You become centered. You become you, in your highest, most grounded, magnetic form. Let me know in the comments. What's one gentle habit you're ready to return to? And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with a woman who's ready to come home to herself. Until next time, remember, you are becoming and it's beautiful. With love, for every woman XO.